Hello everyone. In the continuation with the series in vector spaces, today's session will be dealing with span, basis, and decomposition of vectors. What are the learning objectives? At the end of this session, you'll be able to define and find the span and basis of vectors. Evaluate decomposition of vectors in the basis. So let us go for the first definition of span. If V is a vector space and let capital S is V1, V2 up to Vn, that means there are few number of vectors in S which is a subset of V. Then S, we can say that S spans V if every vector V in V can be written as a linear combination of vectors in S. Now, linear combination of vectors we have already discussed in the session where I have uploaded the video on linear dependence and independence of vectors. There we have defined the linear combination, linear dependence, and independence. If my request for you is, before going for this span and a basis this particular session, please do watch the video based on the linear dependence and independence, because after that only this is in the so as a linear combination of vectors in S. So what is it? What is a linear combination? So V is equals to C1 V1, C2 V2 up to Cn Vn. That means wherever C1, C2, Cn are some scalar numbers, scalars, and this V1, V2, Vn, they are the vectors. Now this linear combination, that means this V can be written, this vector V can be written as in terms of V1, V2, Vn. That means if there is any change in V1 to Vn, any one of the vector, the resultant vector, that is V, is going to change. It's known as V is depending on the other vectors. Go for the first question. So the show that the set S0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0 spans R cube, and write the vector 2, 4, 8 as a linear combination of vectors in S. Now, we know the R cube is nothing but three-dimensional. So we have got a 3 pairs of X, Y, and Z. So that means all the vectors of this R cube is of the form V is equals to X, Y, Z. That means we need to show it that every vector V, which can be written as the X, Y, Z, or any 3 components, that can be written or can be expressed as a linear combination. So let us go for, so let us see that we are trying to make it generalized. So X, Y, Z equals to C1 with the vector plus C2 with the vector plus C3 with the vector. So this is what we are doing it. This is the first vector of this set, second vector of the set, third vector of the set. So this 3 and C1, C2 and C3 will exist. And we have seen in the linear dependence, independence, after this we are going to form the equations. How are we going to form the equation? C1 into 0, right, plus C2 into 1 plus C3 into 1. This would be my first equation, right? Then the next would be here, plus this. Next would be plus this, and this would be the third one. So at the end, you're going to get this equations like C2 plus C3, comma C1 plus C3, comma C1 plus C2. Now, as we are equating these two vectors here, X, Y, Z, and this vector, so we can say that their corresponding elements are equal, and we are going to get the equation like this. That is C2 plus C3 is X, C1 plus C3 as Y, and C1 plus C2 as Z. After this, if we'll form transfer this equations in the matrix form, we are going to get Ax is equals to XYZ, right? So that means Ax is equals to B. So here we have to notice one thing. If you'll observe this 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, and 1, 0, 1 and 1, 1, 0. This is nothing but if you find out the determinant of this matrix. Determinant of this matrix, if you go for that. So suppose this is A matrix. So it's nothing but my A into C is equals to X. A into C is equals to X. So out of that, determinant of A is nothing but here in this cases, if you'll observe, it is given to you as 2. So determinant of A is 2. That means what? Determinant of A is not 0. That is, capital A is non-singular. If capital A is non-singular, that means C is equals to A inverse B. Such type of equation or such type of relation will exist, and that means I'm going to get C is equals to A inverse of B. That means I'm getting the A inverse here. A is a non-singular. What is the existence of A inverse? Existence of A inverse is nothing but I want that matrix A is non-singular. And from where we have got this? We have got this equation from A into C is equals to B. We have got that. We have got this here that A is non-zero. Determinant of A is non-zero. That means A inverse will exist, and we are just multiplied this entire equation pre-multiply with A. We are going to get C is equals to A inverse B. That means what? There is a non-trivial solution exist, right? And to write this 2, 4, 8, what do you mean by that? Non-trivial solution exists means what conclusion we can draw it from here? If there is a non-trivial solution exists, means this r cube forms the otherwise you can say that vector V, that set S forms the spans the r cube, and therefore we have got our first result done, that is this S spans R cube. S spans R cube. And the second is yet to find, that is to write 2, 4, 8 as a linear combination of vectors in S. Now it's very straight away. We are just putting this X, Y, Z as 2, 4, and 8 because we have got A inverse as this. We can usually find out that what is the formula for A inverse? A inverse, we have got the determinant. So A inverse is equals to 1 upon determinant of A, right, into adjoint of A. Please bear with my handwriting. I'm not used to with this mouse. So A inverse is, I've got the A inverse. Then what will happen? I'm just taking this value. I'm putting this value over here. After putting the value here, C is equals to A inverse is from the previous step. A inverse, and as I have told that X, Y, Z, we are just replacing with 2, 4, and 8. And we're going to get 5, 3, and minus 1 as the resultant vector. That is the C. The value of C is this. What do you mean by that? That means this 2, 4, 8 is nothing but 5 times first vector, 3 times the second vector, and minus 1 times the third vector. What do you mean by that? That means what? This 2, 4, and 8 we have expressed as a linear combination of these 3 vectors. So what exactly we have done? We have done it here. We have found out the value of C1, C2, and C3. What is basis? Basis, let V be a vector space, and S is again the same vector, a set of vectors, which is again a subset of V. Now, S is the basis of V if and only if we have 2 conditions here. First is S should span V, as we have seen in the previous example as well as the definition. S should span V, and the second thing is S is linearly independent set of vectors in V. That means whatever the vectors V1, V2, V3, Vk, these are nothing but the linearly independent vectors of the vector space capital V. Let us check this with the example. Now S is V1, V2, V3, V4. Only 4 vectors are there in this, which is nothing but it's 2 cross 2 matrix of the vectors. Vectors are V1, V2, V3, and V4. It's been given to you here in this example. We need to find out, or we need to show that it's a basis for this M2 cross 2. M2 cross 2 means a matrix of order 2 cross 2. We have to say that it is, show that it is a basis. That means what we have to show? We have to show that this first is S spans V, and second is S, that is V1, V2, V3, and V4. They are linearly independent vectors. So we need to show 2 things here. So this is S spans V and linearly independent. So it's first we are spans and then linearly independent. Let us deal with the linearly independent first. linear independence. How we can do that? The same way what we have done it in the previous question also. C1 V1, C2 V2, C3 V3 plus C4 V4 is equals to 0. After doing that, this C1 will come here with this 1 and it will come with this 2. Why not with 0? Because the product ultimately will give me 0. Similarly, this C2 will be there with the non-zero numbers here. C3 again will with non-zero here, and C4 will again with the non-zero numbers here. So after that, we can just add the matrix. What is the usual matrix addition? There is no other definition has been given. So after that, we are going to get this as the set of equations. After this set of equation, what is it? If you'll observe the previous question, we have got that set of equation as AC equals to B, because there my RHS was non-zero vector, right? Here in this case, if you observe here, this is nothing but AC equals to 0. That means what? I have got it here 0. That means if you observe here, all of them are zeros here. So this RHS side has been built up with the zeros. Where what is A? A is this 1 1 1 2, and this just the coefficient matrix. We have just written a coefficient matrix here, where the first, the row are nothing but the equations, and this columns are nothing but for the variables. Columns are for the variables here. If you'll observe, for C1 is 1 2 and 0 0. C1 is 1 2 and here 0 here and here 0. So this columns are always for the variables and the rows are always for the equations. Now, if you can easily check the determinant. I'm not doing that determinant thing is here. So determinant of A is equals to minus 12, which is what? Which is non-zero determinant. What do you mean by that? If I'm getting a non-zero determinant, that means if this system of equations is homogeneous linear system of equations, and we will have a trivial solution. We will have a trivial solution because all the equations, all the values are going to 0, and therefore we are going to get it C1, C2, C3 and C4 as equals to 0. If we are going to get all of all four are zeros, that means what? That means the S is a set of linearly independent vectors of V. What we have done, we have got 4 vectors in capital S. We have showed that those 4 vectors are linearly independent, and because those vectors are from the vector space V, we have got S is a set of linearly independent vectors in V. What is this? What is the next is? Next is span. Again the same procedure, but where is the distance? If you'll observe here, the difference is here. The difference is here. Whereas in the previous, we have got it here 0. And in the present, whenever we are checking for a span, even in the previous example, we have taken it X, Y, and Z. Now also we are not taking 0, 0, 0, 0. We are taking here some non-zero numbers. After just forming it, again the same way, the LHS will remain the same, and RHS is A11 and so on. Then we'll form the equations here. The equations will get formed like this. But what is the difference here? It is AC equals to X. Remember, understand, whenever we are doing the linear independent or dependent there, we are always taking is equals to 0. That is that set of linear non-homogeneous linear equations. Whereas in these cases, they are non-homogeneous linear equations. Non-homogeneous means what? I have got it. The constant term is other than the 0. Equals to constant term is other than 0. They are non-homogeneous. So determinant A is again 12. Now A is non-singular. That means what? A is non, and it has a unique solution. What will be the solution? Solution would be C is equals to A inverse of X, right? A inverse into X. That means what? That means what? A is a non-singular. That means it has a unique solution. If it has a unique solution, means what? They are linearly dependent. If they are linearly dependent, means what? This capital S will span the capital V. That is, a subset of capital V will span that V, and therefore it is spanning, and it will span, and therefore what will happen? First, we have proved that it's linearly independent. S is linearly independent in V. Second, we have proved that S spans V. That means what? capital S is a basis for V. Capital S is a basis for V. So this is what is the basis, span, and the concept of linear combination of vectors. I hope you all have understood the concepts of basis, span, linear dependent, linear independent, and the linear combination of vectors. Thank you. Happy learning.